Hey guys, Parker with Blade HQ. This month we have the Halloween kit promotion. This is kind of what our end product outlook would be on your Halloween kit. You spend $59, type in Halloween kit on the notes at checkout, and we send you the kit to do this. So this video here is to kind of give you a walkthrough on how to get this taken care of here. And we're going to walk you through it. So you make your order, you type in of $59 or more, you type in Halloween kit, and this is what you get with your package. Okay, so we just open this up here. It's a really simple design. It looks pretty decent, I think. It's just going to be a great little accent onto your knife. You'll get a skull. We'll just set that to the side here and get two equal length pieces of cord. So the easiest way to get this taken care of is you're going to strip the paracord. So you just grab onto this and you pull it through. Just set that aside. You'll need one of them, one of the strands later on. I'll show you how on that, but you just take this one out. Okay, and we've got our two different strands here, and you need to fuse them together. So I always the easiest way to get them to fuse is I hold them like this. I take a lighter. You get this one starting to meld a little bit. The orange one's starting to meld a little bit, and you want them to start bubbling up on the sides, and then you quickly alternate back and forth, and then you stick them together. Okay, you lick your fingers, and if you get a sizzling noise, you're doing it right. So, okay, so there it is like this. Okay, I'm going to take it off screen for a minute. Just kind of blow on it a little bit. Get it cooling down. If you start trying to do a weave with it and you put too much force on it, it's going to break the bond if you try doing it too soon. So you kind of press on it, make sure it's flattened out a little bit. See how it's nicely shaped. It's got my fingerprint just melted in there. Okay, so I think we're about set. So we're going to do this. You start out uniform for right now, and then just to make it draw itself in a little bit easier, you pick either color that you want to have as your long string area, like right here. So for this one, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to do black again. But you take your first loop like this, and you're going to loop it around the back, and you come back down. So you're going to have the orange strand going through it. It's going to look just like this. Okay, and then you're going to hold it sideways here, and you're going to take your orange strand. Here, let me get it back down in the frame. So you turn it sideways and you take your orange strand and you're going to go behind your loop and pull it through. So essentially you're doing the same thing on it here. And while you're keeping this black one big, you're going to do it again with your orange. You're going to pull it through just like this. So you have two loops, 1, 2 of the orange. Okay. We're going to tighten it up. So you have one on this side and you have two on this side. You're going to loosen the bottom one of the most forward one of your orange one. You're going to get a little bit of a loop like this going. And then you pull the black one through, and then you retighten your orange. So now it should be looking like it's stepping down a little bit. See how it's smaller and then bigger? and then your black is going to be pretty uniform at this point. So the way to keep track of this is when right here, see how it alternates orange, black, orange. On this side, there's no alternating, it's just black, black. So you do the same exact thing again. You loosen up the lead loop, and you'll take your orange strand. You're going to push it through, just like this. Okay, so we have this here, okay? We're going to shorten this up just a little bit. I'm going to take this orange all the way down into there, and then I'm going to actually pull some more out of the black side, so it's going to stay. This is how you hide that bond that where it was fused together. So you're going to pull this down till the black rests on top. See how it just disappears there? And then you have your orange side. Okay. You just tighten that orange one up. You tighten it up again. Tighten it up there. Okay, so you can kind of see the fuse on the back here. That's fine. Once we get it down to where we're going to have it completely tight, we'll be able to fix it. Okay, coming through here. Tighten it up, tighten it up. And then you just hold it there. Okay, so they're set. That's going to be an okay length there. The good thing about this is it's pretty easy to adjust as you go along with this weave. So we just continue on. Now we have a double orange loop, so we're going to pull the black through here. And you keep adjusting it so that it's looking like it's pretty uniform all on both sides. So you can keep going. This one I did 7 loops on each side. So I'm going to just continue it with this one here, just so it looks the exact same. And you just keep, like I said, you just keep alternating. So I have the 2 here. And we'll keep going here. Okay, so you have your 7. And right now it's just kind of loose and it just kind of sits there. So what I do is I'll thread the skull on here right now, and then we can tighten it up and make it more uniform. So what you do is you take out one of those line that's on the inside of your lanyard. That's the easiest way for me to do things anyways. And you loop through your loop, and then you take your other end and you push it through the skull, just like this. And you get it lined up to the center on it, and then you just simply pull the skull onto it. It's pretty simple. So your skull's on there. It's going to act as an anchor point for you. And what I like to use is these hemostats. They're just little surgical clamps, but as far as tightening goes, it really helps out, especially if you get the ones with the curved angle on it. So you just don't start on the first one. You want to start on the second one. You just start pulling on it, and you pull on the side where see how it kind of angles towards the ends here. That's the side that you want to pull on. So you pull the one side first. So since I picked the orange, you pick orange side first, and you work your way all the way down. See how there's a lot of excess that you can get from them, especially using the hemostats. I mean, they're really nice with making sure your pressure is uniform. And then we just keep going. Make sure everything lines up. Especially on the last with the tail end, you want to make sure that it stays lined up there. Okay, so there's the orange side. And then the black side, we're going to do the same thing. You take the side that it's, there we go. And you can start with this first one. I just recommend starting on the second one because there's a lot, you can sandwich it up a little bit more on the first one than you can on any of the other ones. And then it doesn't look right. It just kind of looks uneven the rest of the way down. But if you can adjust it a little bit if you need to. Just make sure you don't do too much. So we keep going here. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so this part, see how there's a gap? It's easily fixed. You just kind of have to work with it just a little bit. There we go. You loosen it back up, and then once you've loosened it, you put your thumb on it and pull. And you make sure that you pull this end towards the rest of it, and it will even itself back out again. Once you do that, same with the next one, it looks like it's going to try to do the same thing. So, okay, there's that. And there's that one. Okay, so pretty easy. Just like this, you can check on your knife, see if it's going to work or not. Let's see what we've got here. I've got my CRKT Razel. You can find it on the site as well. It has a smaller lanyard hole on it, so we can see if it's going to fit on this one. What you want to do is you want to have where it enters in at be on the side that's on the outside of your pocket. So it would be, in this case, it's going to be on this side right here. And I just use the same method. I'll just pull. You get your ends together like this. And then it goes like this. And then you just push it through. That's why I like using these little ones, is because usually it's pretty easy to get it to go all the way through your knife. And then you can line up. Okay, so right there. It just pulls right through. And then pull your knife back in. There we go. There you have it. So this looks like it's pretty decent. Definitely have a lot more room to work with. Gave you some extra, so if you wanted to, I could lengthen this out, make my lanyard just a little bit longer. But this seems like it's going to be a pretty decent one. So with your tails now, You don't want to make them too long, too short, whatever. But if you, let me get out my other knife here. What I like to do is I'll measure it out and just look at it, and I'll just put my knuckle of my thumb right on the end of my lanyard. And then I just cut the ends here. Just rub it back and forth, get a uniform cut. See, and then you just fling it back out. One thing to know is when you go to singe these ends, do the same thing like with the fuse. You get it to bubble up, and then you lick your fingers and you press it down, and then you get a nice uniform press compared to the frayed side. If you can hear it sizzling, you're doing a good job. But oh, sizzled there. Okay, perfect. So, and I don't know if the camera can pick up the detail. There's a little bit of fraying on there. I don't know if I had caught it. Easily fixed. You just kind of run a lighter down the sides of it, get it to sink back in. I actually like to heat it up just a little bit, just really quick, up and down both sides, and then I'll go through and make sure it's all set up, and then once it cools, it kind of keeps its form after that. Okay, well, that's the how-to video on how to do your lanyard with it. Sitting on my Razel, so didn't look too bad there. But this is Parker with Blade HQ, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.